Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm Diana Rankin, and we're coming together today for July 2021. Philip's predictions for what we can expect this month. And I have to say, this was a rather interesting. When I wrote it out, I just write out what Philip says and then read it to you. And when I wrote it out, I found it rather interesting. So I hope you do too. And also, we will get a soul message from one of my books, The Master's Book of Answers by Phillip. So we'll get that as soon as I give you this other message. So thank you all for subscribing to this channel. You spur me to keep doing this, and you inspire me. So thank you. And thank you all for the love that you send to me and the love that the love I send out that you receive. And thank you for telling your friends. I'd like to build this channel and get the word out a little bit more. So anything you can do to help, I would really appreciate it. On our weekly videos, I answer questions, or Philip answers questions through me. The questions that you send in. Now, these are not private message questions. These are questions that will have some interest to the whole group. And these questions are blowing me away because the answers are going much deeper than I would have myself or even know to ask the question. So I really deeply thank you so much, because you give me these questions and we look for the answers from Philip, and they're blowing me away. And a friend who listens to this channel and has submitted some questions said to me the other day, she said, that bit about the DNA having to do with the heart transplants. And I think that was the week before last, or last week. I get the weeks confused, sorry. She said, I know you well enough. You never would have come up with something around DNA. And I said, right. And she's a scientist, so she knows that that's not something I would have come up with myself. So it helped her really recognize the answers are coming from something so much deeper than me. And that's what I call my spirit guide, Philip. So let's get right in with the predictions for July 2021. Here's what Philip has to say. Excuse me. The month will continue to be open and free for only the first weeks in many countries, including the U.S. This will change rapidly for all who are conscious of the body's health. It is all well and good to believe the mind has the ability to heal the human body. However, few humans are capable of doing so. I want to say here, I firmly believe that our minds can heal our bodies, but I also hear what Philip is saying, that I think he's kind of saying that we have to be a little advanced to be able to do that. So I do believe in healing, but I also believe medical doctors are here to help us. Philip goes on to say, Earth is going through changes, which requires the need to purge overgrowth and overpopulation. The virus you call COVID-19 is part of this purge, as is rising sea levels, wildfires, floods, and drought, as well as the budding of new forest and new species. You can see this is quite an exciting time to be on Earth, or you can see it as a most difficult time. The masks are worn, and this I found really interesting what he's about to say here. The masks are worn not just to protect one another and oneself, but also to shelter the human's breath. The breath carries with it the human's energy, which should not be spread at this time without awareness. That part right there blew me away. The masks are worn not just to protect one another and oneself, but also to shelter the human's breath. The breath carries with it the human's energy, which should not be spread at this time without awareness. Earth is evolving, and so is the human species, as well as other species. For those who are aware, a breakthrough into human evolution will come this month. For some, this will come as a knowing. For others, answers will come in their sleep. And for others, it will come as a scientific breakthrough. The latter will not be known by those outside the community for some time yet. One of the advantages of this human breakthrough will be a leap into intuition and a deeper grasp of the mystical side of life. Although this will be offered to all, only a few will partake of the new energy. There will be a few who will misuse this new energy flow. We strongly suggest to not do so, for the consequences will be quick and strong. Use this new powerful energy for the improvement of human and all life, including the planet. Even when it seems the difficulties outweigh the pleasures, remember you are helping to usher in a new era that will bring about a more evolved human. Although the energetic leap of evolution takes place this month, you may see results that seem counter to peace and love. This is because many will feel the energetic leap, but be unaware of its significance and react in fear rather than love. One's own intuitive power will be at test this month. It is imperative that all listen to their inner guidance of loving oneself and others. Whether up close or from a distance, it is possible to look past the human's action and see the inner spirit. To do so allows you to protect your human self while also adding love and truth to the world. This month, the energy will be able to help you. It is a month to forgive those you feel have hurt you. This includes yourself. Although the world will move into turmoil later in the month, do not follow. Stay in quiet peace and align yourself with your higher spirit, not your human emotional self. Use the month's strong energy to the growth of yourself so you are able to help others to grow. Many are to take on the role of teacher and not just student this month. It is a time of evolutionary shift. A leap of faith will be called for. Use the energy wisely and for the betterment of all life. I'm going to read that last part because I think you especially, well, hello, Judith. Hello, Sunshine. And hello, Annika. So good to see all of you live today. I'm going to read that last part because I think those of you who are hearing this really need to hear this last part. Many are to take on the role of teacher and not just student this month. It is a time of evolutionary shift. A leap of faith will be called for. Use the energy wisely and for the betterment of all life. Whew. You know, these messages are getting deeper and stronger and more powerful, and I can feel the energy as I write them out in my journals here. And then as I read them, I know you can feel that energy. And very interesting, Sunshine says, and greetings, Diana, happy Tuesday. And Judith as well, breath, life. Yes, that breath part, the part about wearing masks is to keep our breath from spreading our energy where it doesn't need to go. And that just kind of blew me away. In fact, let me read that part one more time because I think that part was just something I hadn't thought about. But when I think about it, it's like, yes, of course. How important is the breath? When we do meditation, how important is the breath? When we do yoga, when we think about the breath of life. So yes, but Phillip says the masks are worn not just to protect one another and oneself, but also to shelter the human's breath. The breath carries with it the human's energy, which should not be spread at this time without awareness. That's big. So this is really saying we need to move into that awareness this month, that we need to, be part of that awareness. We need to be part of that evolutionary leap that's going to take us into that evolved human. And this isn't going to happen overnight. This has been going on for a while, but then here we have another chance for another leap. And that's what he's telling us is in this month, in the energy this month. So those of you who are developing your intuition, plan on a leap this month. Let's get a message, shall we? For those of you who are not aware of this book or how we do this, it's an oracle book. So every page has a different wisdom on it from Phillip. So we just flip through until our finger says stop, or the thumb in this case. And if you heard left, then you and I are intuitively in sync, and that's the message for everyone. If you heard right, that is a message that you need to pay attention to, because that's a message specifically for you. So the left says, seek life's pleasures, but shy not from her pain, for it is in the experiencing of all life that we find life. That kind of goes along with this month's message. Doesn't it? That it's not going to be, it doesn't sound like it's going to be the easiest month, but it also sounds like that if we find peace, that we have a choice. Let's look at the peace or let's look at the pain. But also Phillip is saying, seek life's pleasures, but shy not from her pain, for it is in the experiencing of all life that we find life. If you heard right, this is a message you need to pay attention to. And this goes along with the teachers. Your responsibility is to use the gifts you have been given. Your responsibility is to use the gifts you have been given. Oh, my friend, several years off and on, I do a year-long workshop called The Sacred Path. And the last time we did the year-long, it was to find your soul's mission. And over in the program, I would say, we don't see our own greatness. Let's see our own greatness so we really can add that to the world, that which we have come in as souls to add to the world. Let's do that. And someone walked up to me one day and she said, you don't see your own greatness, do you? You don't see what a good teacher you are. So I'm as guilty as everyone. I know I don't see my own greatness, but I'm working on it. So, my friends, here's what I want to leave you with. The last paragraph again of what Phillip said. Many are to take on the role of teacher and not just student this month. It is a time of evolutionary shift. A leap of faith will be called for. Use the energy wisely and for the betterment of all life. Use the energy wisely and for the betterment of all life. Thank you. Thank you. You all keep me going. You really do, because this is not, it's easier for me to stand in front of a group of a couple hundred people than this electronic. But I want to reach as many people as I can to spread the word of love, to help you improve your lives. We will, by the way, and Judith says, my heart to your heart, Diana. You are a wonderful teacher. Thank you, Judith. Blessings. Thank you. August the 20th, I believe it is. It's on the website. We are going to do another Zoom Sacred Circle. So those of you who are interested, please sign up. In Sacred Circle, I always tell a story, and then there's a meditation. And then everyone who's present, if you so choose, you get a personal message, not just the general messages. But then also, I want to just remind you that we do have our weekly videos where Phillip answers your questions that you send to me. Either put them in the comments below or email me. And those questions, have them of a general nature, if you would, rather than specific to you. If you do want some specific questions to you, just contact me. Information's below, or you can get me through my website. Just give me a call and we'll get you set up for a session. Well, Judith, Sunshine, Anika, I'm so glad to have you here today. And thank you for helping me spread the word. And thank you for all the love that each of you add to the world. We need it these days. And it may not always appear in our lives. We may not see all the evolution that's taking place. It's all right. We're doing it for those who come behind us, the children. And believe me, the children that are being born now, whoa, I am seeing some remarkable children being born. And I'm sure you are too. Thank you, sunshine. You know, I forget how often I look over. I've got a big screen over here, and it's much easier to read than the small screen that is the computer itself, which I am doing the video on. So I look over at the big screen to see what you've written. So thank you. I'm so glad you're all here. Thank you. I love you. Thank you for receiving that love. And thank you for the love you send to us. Until Friday, when we do our weekly. Have a great month. Be safe. Be healthy, and remember, the masks have a couple of purposes: to keep us safe, to keep others safe, and also our breath. Until we meet again, I love you.